So, a lot of people rumored throughout the season that, Teresa Weatherspoon was sacrificing wins to get Angel Reese her double-double streak.
Teresa Weatherspoon, one of the WNBA's biggest names, just got fired. But this isn't your average coaching change. We're talking about a doping scandal that's rocking the entire league. How did one of the most respected figures in women's basketball end up in the middle of this mess? You're about to find out, and trust me, it's wild. We're going to break down every shocking detail of this story. From Weatherspoon's fall from grace to the ripple effects hitting the entire WNBA, this scandal has it all. But here's the thing. This isn't just about Weatherspoon or even one team. This mess is threatening the reputation of the whole league. One bad choice snowballed into a crisis that's shaking women's basketball to its core. And you know what? It's not over yet. The consequences? They're just starting to unfold. So stick around, because this story is about to get even crazier.
That she was sacrificing Camila Cardoso for the streak. That she had lost the dressing room because of her insisting on running through Angel Reese when she was their least efficient offensive player.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. But wait, there's more to this story. Angel Reese's name keeps popping up. And not for the reasons you'd expect. Think you know why she had such a rough start? Think again. The truth behind her rookie season slump is about to blow your mind.
And I called BS on all that. And a recent report says that might be true.
Let's talk about Angel Reese. She came into the league with so much hype, but man, did she struggle. We're talking less than 10 points in half of her first 10 games. That's not just a slow start. That's a full-on disaster for a top rookie. Now, here's where things get crazy. You know who was supposed to be helping Reese find her footing? Teresa Weatherspoon. But instead of guiding her, Weatherspoon allegedly did something that'll make your jaw drop. She encouraged Reese to use steroids. Yeah, you heard that right. A coach pushing a player to cheat. It's like something out of a movie, but this is real life, folks. But why would Reese even consider it? Well, picture this. You're a rookie, you're struggling, and then there's Caitlin Clark lighting up the league like a Christmas tree. That's gotta sting, right? Reese was watching Clark rack up the accolades.
From the beginning, it was clear that Weatherspoon's inexperience would be a difficult hurdle to overcome. She had just 6 seasons of head coaching experience, all at the collegiate level. By the way, more than Christy Sides.
And suddenly, taking a shortcut probably didn't seem so bad. You know what's even crazier? This wasn't just about Reese's stats. The entire Chicago Sky team went down with her. They finished the season with a pathetic 13-27 record. That's the kind of performance that gets people fired, and guess what? It did. Imagine being in that locker room. You've got a coach pushing steroids, a star rookie crumbling under pressure, and a team that's falling apart at the seams. It's like a perfect storm of bad decisions and even worse consequences. And here's the kicker. This isn't just about one bad season. This scandal is shaking up the entire WNBA. We're talking about the reputation of the league, the future of these players, and the trust fans put in the sport. One bad choice, one moment of jealousy, and boom, the whole house of cards comes tumbling down. Hold up, because we're not done yet. This Weatherspoon-Reese connection, it goes even deeper. We're talking about a coach who bet everything on one player and lost big time. And the fallout? Oh, it's just getting started. You think you know how bad it got in Chicago? Think again. Weatherspoon's fixation on Reese didn't just hurt their record, it poisoned the entire team. The Chicago Sky's locker room turned into a pressure cooker, and it was all because of one coach's misguided obsession. Let's break this down. Weatherspoon wasn't just pushing Reese to use steroids, she was bending the entire team around her. Every play, every strategy, it all revolved around Angel Reese. Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly what happened. Imagine you're a player on that team. You've got skills, you've put in the work, but suddenly, none of that matters. Because Coach Weatherspoon only has eyes for Reese. How would you feel? Frustrated? Angry? Yeah, that's putting it mildly. Take Camila Cardoso, for example. She's a talented player, but under Weatherspoon's reign, barely saw the court. Why? Because Weatherspoon was too busy trying to make Reese happen. It's like having a star quarterback and benching them for the water boy. It just doesn't make sense. But here's where it gets really messed up. Weatherspoon wasn't just sidelining other players. She was creating a toxic environment. The locker room, it was like a war zone. Players were divided, morale was in the gutter, and trust? Forget about it. You know what happens when a team loses trust in their coach? Everything falls apart. That's exactly what we saw with the Chicago Sky. Their 13-27 record, that's not just bad luck or a few off games. That's what happens when a coach destroys team chemistry from the inside out. And you know what's even crazier? Weatherspoon just kept doubling down. Even when it was clear her strategy wasn't working, even when the team was falling apart, she just couldn't let go of her Reese obsession. It's like watching someone drive full speed into a brick wall over and over again. But here's the real kicker. Weatherspoon wasn't just hurting the team's record, she was damaging careers. Think about all the players who didn't get a chance to shine because of her tunnel vision. How many opportunities were lost? How many players' confidence was shattered? And let's not forget about Reese herself. All that pressure, all that focus. It's no wonder she cracked. Weatherspoon set her up for failure. Instead of helping Reese adjust to the league, she pushed her into a corner. Use steroids or fail. What kind of choice is that for a rookie? You want to know how bad it really got? Players were talking about quitting, not just leaving the team, but leaving basketball altogether. That's how toxic the environment became. Weatherspoon didn't just fail as a coach. She failed as a leader, as a mentor, as someone who was supposed to bring out the best in her players. Weatherspoon's failure as a leader was just the beginning. Now, the Chicago Sky are taking things to a whole new level. You thought getting fired was bad? Wait until you hear about the lawsuit that's about to turn this scandal into a legal nightmare. The Chicago Sky just dropped a bombshell. They're suing Angel Reese for her steroid use. Yeah, you heard that right. We're not just talking about a slap on the wrist or a suspension. We're talking courtrooms, lawyers, and the kind of legal mess that can end careers. This lawsuit, it's not just about money. It's about sending a message. The Sky are basically saying, we're not taking the fall for this. They're putting Reese on blast, making sure everyone knows she crossed a line. And let's be real, this is the kind of thing that follows you forever. But here's where it gets really messed up. Reese isn't the only one with a target on her back. Weatherspoon, her reputation is in tatters. She went from being a respected coach to being seen as someone who pushes players to cheat. That's the kind of label that doesn't wash off, no matter how hard you scrub. And Reese, she's gone from rising star to being called a fraud. All those doubts about her rookie season, they're not going away. Every game, every point, every rebound, people are going to be wondering, is this real or is it the steroids talking? That's a tough shadow to play under. But let's zoom out for a second. This isn't just about Reese and Weatherspoon anymore. This scandal is dragging the whole WNBA through the mud. And let me tell you, that's the last thing the league needs right now. The WNBA was already fighting for respect. They've been pushing for more coverage, more fans, more everything. And now, this scandal is like a punch to the gut. It's giving all those critics ammo. You can almost hear them saying, see, this is why women's sports don't get taken seriously. And that's not fair. Not to the players who are doing things the right way, not to the fans who love the game, but that's the reality we're dealing with now. One bad decision, and suddenly the whole league is under a microscope. You know what's really messed up? This could have been avoided. If Weatherspoon had just done her job, if she'd coached Reese instead of pushing her to cheat, none of this would be happening. But she didn't, and now everyone's paying the price. The worst part? This isn't over. Not by a long shot. The lawsuit's just getting started. Who knows what's going to come out in court? What other secrets might spill out? This could get a whole lot uglier before it gets better. And it's not just about the legal stuff. Think about the other players, the ones who played by the rules. How are they feeling right now? Watching their league, their sport, get dragged through the mud because of what happened with Reese and Weatherspoon? That's gotta hurt. Here's the thing. In sports, integrity matters. It matters more than winning, more than stats, more than anything. Because without integrity, what's the point? If you can't trust that what you're seeing is real, why even watch? That's the real damage here. It's not just about Reese's career or Weatherspoon's reputation. It's about trust. Trust in the game, trust in the league. And rebuilding that, that's going to be a long, tough road.